What's up, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez, back with another NFL player prop video for you for week 2. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We'll recap our plays from week 1 and then dive into a handful of plays that I like on Underdog and Prizepicks. So if all that sounds good, stick around, drop a like, sub up, click the notification icon to get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and the channel. And without further delay, let's go ahead and talk about our week 1 plays. All right, let's just go ahead and let's just talk about this. All right, 0-3 in week 1. Listen, we got 17 weeks of this shit. I'm not worried about 1 week. However, I can't have another 0-3 week. So week 2 needs to be a lot better than week 1. Kenny Pickett goes under 14 fantasy score. Baker Mayfield does not throw an interception, so we lose that one. Anthony Richardson gets hurt on the final drive of the game, exits the game, doesn't return, and finishes the game with 40 rushing yards. We had the over 42.5. He could have picked that up had he stayed in the game. I really believe that he was on track to score another rushing touchdown and pick up this rushing prop as well. But when it's all said and done, 0-3 in week 1, we bounce back in week 2, like I said. Let's go ahead and transition over to the next slide and start looking at a few plays that I like in week 2. All right, before we jump into plays, let me just show you the scoring systems on both Underdog and Prizepicks. Super important that you know that these two systems are not the same. They are different. Understand the differences. It's going to help you out throughout the rest of the season. All right, play number 1, we're looking at a fantasy point prop for Zach Wilson. I like the under on this one, facing a Dallas defense. They just got through destroying the Giants, holding them to 177 total yards on offense, forced 3 turnovers and 7 QB sacks. Now, Wilson's the man for the rest of the year. Rodgers is out with that torn Achilles, so not sure what to make of this season for the Jets. But in my opinion, the best chance to win this game is to keep the turnovers down 0, meaning limiting Zach Wilson's mistakes and just running the ball. In my mind, in order for Wilson to go over this prop, he has to throw for a score, rush for a score, and have 0 turnovers. So I can just see him fumbling the ball on a quarterback sack and being, -1, -2 points, during the first drive of this game, something like that. But yeah, I like the under on this one, 11.95 fantasy points for Zach Wilson. That's going to be our first play for today. All right, second play for today, Josh Allen over rushing attempts. It's at 7 right now on Underdog. Here's what I like about this play. This is a bounce back spot, okay? That's number 1. But he was limited to 6 attempts in week 1 due to all his turnovers. He turned the ball over 4 times. You think he can't pick up 2 more rushing attempts on one of those drives? If had he not turned the ball over, I think that gets hit easily. Looking back to last season, Allen had 11 games with 7+ rushing attempts, so this is not a new thing for him. And then look, Buffalo simply embarrassed in week 1. I look for Allen to come out, try to make a statement through the air and on the ground. I can see him just trying to take this game over. I think he finishes with well over 7 rushing attempts. He might even have 7 rushing attempts by the end of the first half. Give me the over 7 rushing attempts with Josh Allen. That's our second play over on Underdog. All right, next 2 plays are going to be on Prizepicks. Kenneth Walker III over 73.5 rushing and receiving yards. He goes over this line in week 1 on just rushing yards alone. All right, in addition to being the featured ball carrier, Walker also chipped in with 4 receptions, taking on a Detroit defense. Not that great of a defense. I mean, nothing to be scared about, okay? They did allow 4 receptions to Isaiah Pacheco for 31 yards, so he's going to be touching the ball a lot. I mean, this is not a running back by committee situation in Seattle, and he's proven he can be a threat out of the backfield in terms of receiving yards, catching the ball. To me, 73.5 is a good number to attack. Now, this did get bumped up. It was below 70 and then got bumped up. I guess it was too good of a line, but I still like the over 73.5 rushing and receiving yards for Kenneth Walker III. And that is going to be our first play over on Prizepicks. Final play of the video. Let's talk about a defensive prop over 5 tackles and assists for Justin Reed. Looking back to last season, Reed hit this over in 10 games and pushed it in 2. Went over this in week 1 versus Detroit with 6 tackles / assist. And then also looking into week 1, Reed played all 70 defensive snaps. And this week he gets to take on a very talented, kind of a pass happy team in Jacksonville. Different looking team with Calvin Ridley in there. Should be very active in that secondary. Tons of upside here. I think 5 is a low number. I think it's a little too low for this game environment. Give me the over 5 tackles and assists for Justin Reed. And that is going to be our second and final play over on Prizepicks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just went over 4 plays that I like for week 2, 2 on Underdog, 2 on Prizepicks. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you like on this board, as well as your thoughts on these plays. Fingers crossed, bounce back in week 2. We need it. We cannot go 0 for 5, 0 for 4 in week 2. So we need some wins in a big way. Thank you all again for stopping by and supporting the channel. Best of luck to you all should you tail any of these plays. And until week 3's NFL player prop video, Chavez is